Okay, so we're reviewing for our test tomorrow over sections 14.1 through 14.4. You do have a review section as well on your test, so we'll go over that at the end. All right, so on number 1, let me back it up. The first 3 questions of your test are kind of like a fill-in-the-blank type of question. So I'm not necessarily going to write this one up here, but I just want you to listen to my question. When I'm using the product of powers property, what would I do to my exponents?
Add them.
I would add them. Very good. When I'm applying my power of powers property, what would I do to my exponents? I would multiply them. And when I'm doing the quotient of powers, can anybody give me an example of that? And then I'll show you my example, which I accidentally put up. Gabe?
5 to the 7th power over 5 to the 4th power.
Okay, so as long as my base is the same, and I use 2's, could I have used a variable? Could I have said x to the 7th power over x to the 5th power? Technically, I could have even made my numerator smaller than the denominator. That's a negative exponent, not a big deal. Okay, so just show me quotient of powers on the test tomorrow. And that's your first 12 points of your test right there. Okay, it's just talking about some of those properties. All right, then on the next question, I just solved it. You don't even have to solve it on your test. I just did. All right, now on the next question, I want you to write the product as a power. You have 2 questions like this on your test. I made it about as hard as I could, but you know, you just basically just need to write the product as a power. Okay, so what is the product as a power? Let's say it together. 5 to the 4th power, pi to the 3rd power, x to the 4th power. No dots, no spaces. All right, did we get that? All right, so if you put dots or if there's too much space, you could lose half credit for that. Other than that, there's really nothing that can really go wrong. All right, and that was supposed to be number 2. So now number 3. All right, now we're going to get into some more, and I specifically chose the problems where I saw mistakes happening on the quiz. So obviously this is not a 25 question review, so it's basically like one question that could represent a section on your test. This section of your test says, use the properties of exponents to simplify. What does that mean? Okay, is it product of powers or quotient of powers or maybe power of powers? Okay, so I want you to go ahead and simplify this expression. Go ahead and try it. Okay, so 4 over 12. Did you reduce that? Okay, so 4 over 12 can reduce just like any other, coefficients in a fraction. 4 over 12 reduces to what? 1/3. And then I have b to the 7th power minus 4. And here's what I need you to understand, guys. There is no b now in the denominator. I've moved them up into the numerator to subtract them. All right, and when that happens, what is b to the 7th power minus 4?
1 power over 3.
Yes, over 3. That's supposed to be a 3. I'm about to change it. Okay, b to the 3rd power over 3. All right, who got that right? B to the 3rd power over 3. All right, or if you didn't, do you see where you went wrong? Okay, number 4. Negative 4 to the 2nd power, and number 5 is negative 6 to the 2nd power. Go ahead and solve these 2. Noah, what's negative 4 squared? Okay, so that is the dilemma. Is it going to be positive 16 or negative 16? What do you think? It is positive, and why? What's the kicker here? Because the parentheses. Because they're there, that means negative 4 times negative 4. So what is going to be number 5? Just tell me. Negative 36 because no parentheses. And remember, when there's no parentheses, your answer is negative every time. Okay? It doesn't matter what the exponent is. Your answer is going to be negative. All right, on number 6. All right, again, I'm choosing this for a reason. This is similar to one of your quiz questions. I don't remember what number it was, but it was missed. Oh, I don't remember what. Yes, number 9. Yes, all right. All right, go ahead and simplify this one. It's going to say simplify the expression. All right, so what we do is we are going to subtract these exponents. We have a common base of 4, 7 minus 4. We have a common base of x, 2 minus 5. You see what we're doing? Numerator minus denominator. So here's what happens. There's nothing left in the denominator. It's just a 1. I moved everything into the numerator. So now I can subtract. What is 7 minus 4?
3.
What is 2 minus 5? Negative 3. So this can't stay this way. I cannot have a negative exponent. So what do I need to do, Gabe?
Move the x and negative 3 to the denominator.
Yes. Again, it's still over 1, and now I'm going to drop it into the denominator, but not the 4. Not the 4, guys. The 4 stays up top, but this is not my final answer. Kennedy? Yeah, so what is 4 to the third power?
64.
Very good. 64 over x to the third is your full credit answer. So 4 to the third is your half credit answer. Okay? So you've got to fully evaluate what you can. Right. I like it. I see a lot of connections being made. That's great. All right, number 7. X to the 7th power over 4x to the third power. This is probably the one on the quiz that I saw the most mistakes on the same part of it. So we'll give you a few reminders. I want to just see if you can catch the mistake again. So I'm going to give you just a couple seconds to get started on this, and then we'll go over it. Okay, x to the 7th power. All right, now here's what you need to understand, guys. All right, the third power. Okay, when I raise a term inside, it's 4x raised to the third power. This does not mean drop the parentheses and it's 4x to the third power. This actually means 4 to the third power times x to the third power. Each term inside gets raised to the third power. All right, you don't have to write this step on your test, but for some of you, you need to remind you that I raise every term inside to that power. So what is 4 to the third power? 64 x to the third power, but it's not simplified yet because now do I have a common base?
Yes.
Yes, and my x's. And so I can do, and again, guys, when I subtract 7 minus 3, it's gone in the denominator. Okay, the x has moved all the way into the numerator, and it's not in the denominator anymore. X to the 4th over 64. Okay? All right, good. Yay, that makes me happy. Okay, yeah, you might want to fix it on your corrections. Okay.
I'm like, what in there?
That's what I thought to do, but I was like,
That's okay. We're getting it right now. All right, this one messed people up. I don't remember what question it was on your quiz, but it is also on your test. We need to simplify this. I saw addition, I saw division, and I did see multiplication also. What operation is happening between these two terms? Multiplication, that's what that dot means. So multiply your numbers, and then for your bases, you're going to use product of powers. Go ahead and try to, the instructions here will say simplify and write the expression using only positive exponents. 6 times 3, guys. 18. And now we do x to the negative third plus negative 9. What's negative 3 plus negative 9? Yes, 18x to the negative 12th power. Now, this is actually going to help you on 2 questions on your quiz. Okay? Because 18 is not raised to the negative 12th power. 18 has its own exponent. What is the exponent for 18? It's 1. It's understood 1. So if you need to write this using only positive exponents, which part of this do you need to move?
X, negative 12.
Only the x. Do not move the 18. So I think it was number 13, I want to say. No. Let's see. Where's your quiz?
was the one that was like that.
No, it's number 13. we're doing one like number 12, but this will help you on 13 also. So 18 is not negative. It does not move. Only the x moves. 18 over x to the 12th power. Okay? That should help you on those two problems. Now, next one, number 9. All right? This one is similar to number 14, I believe. Okay? I want you to simplify this expression. Go ahead and simplify this expression. Write your answer using only positive exponents. Can I reduce 15 over 20?
Yes.
3/4. It's okay. 3/4. And then x to the negative third. Guys, this is where it's so important that you show your steps. You subtract a what? A -5. And what happens now? Double negative. For the most part, everyone who showed that step got this answer right. Okay? So now it's 3x squared over 4. I don't even need to move my x now. 3x squared over 4. Some people have been writing their answer like this, and this is fine too. 3/4 x squared. Okay? As long as it doesn't look like it's in the denominator. All right? Because that would be bad. All right, number 10. I don't know what's happening. Okay, number 10. Well, this is number 10 on the review. All right, now this is not on your quiz, okay? However, it's sort of, the concept is there, it's just written a little different on your test. Here's what I'm going to say on your test. I'm going to tell you to evaluate this, okay? So what it means is I don't want your answer as an exponent. I need you to actually fully evaluate it. But remember, you cannot evaluate a negative exponent. So you're going to have that challenge before you can get to your answer. All right, let's see if we can get started on this. All right, it's just a little different than what we saw in our quiz. So since I have the same base, what can I do to my exponents? Add them together. What's -3 plus -1? -4. Okay, but I cannot evaluate a negative exponent. So what can I do to this term to make my exponent positive? Flip it. Okay, and then when I flip it, now I'm ready to evaluate it. Well, I needed just a quick refresher. I knew 4 to the third power is what?
64.
So what's 64 times 4?
256.
Yeah, 256. And then that's your answer, okay? So on this section on your test, you're actually getting to an answer. All right, now let me give you a division one. Okay, and again, I want you to actually get to an answer, okay? So don't leave your answer as an exponent. I want you to actually evaluate it. What's my common base?
-8.
Oh, I still see people writing. I'll give you another couple seconds. Right, common base is -8. And then I do numerator minus denominator. What's 4 minus 6? -2. Cannot evaluate a negative exponent. Flip it. Over 1. Flip it. 1 over -8 squared. The parentheses make all the difference now. What is going to be my answer? 1 over 64. All right, awesome. Who got that right? Did anybody get 1 over 64? Awesome. Good job, guys. All right, next question. Woo, y'all ready to shift gears a little bit? Write the equation in slope-intercept form. Yes. Okay, so we've done 90 points on your test. This is the last 10 points of your test. Not this one question. There's 5 questions. Okay, write this equation in slope-intercept. What do I do first, Gabe?
Add 3x to 24.
Yep, very good. Add 3x to both sides. That cancels it on the left side. That's what I want. 4y equals, what term comes first? Just tell me. 3x plus 24. Isaiah, what do I do last?
Divide 4 from all sides.
Yeah, everything. Okay, so everyone together, where does my first point go on this graph?
6.
Up on the 6, and then where do I go from there?
3 over 4.
Yes, up 3 over 4. Up 3 over 4, and I plot my second point, and I draw my line.
Will we have to graph?
Yes.
It's easy.
Yes. All right, next one. Next one. What is the x and y intercept of this equation? What is the x and y intercept of this equation? Jason, what did you do first?
What do you mean you have to solve it?
Kiana, what did you do first?
I wrote it again.
Yes. Why did she write it again?
So we can solve both of them.
Yes, so I can solve for x and solve for y. So when I'm solving for x, what do I plug in for y?
0.
0. So that cancels it out. And what do I divide both sides by?
6.
6. So x equals
5.
5. Did you get it, Kennedy?
Yeah.
Good job. Good job. Guys, remember that makes an ordered pair. Okay, that makes an ordered pair. Now, if you just say x equals 5, I'm fine with that. But here's what I don't want. I don't want you pairing your x and y intercept together. Don't do that, okay? All right, now for the y-intercept, what do I plug in for x?
0.
0. What do I divide both sides by?
-6.
-5. And what is your answer? -6, and that makes an ordered pair also. So 2 ordered pairs you could plot and graph. You won't have to on your test, though. Just tell me the intercepts.
Can I have a question?
Oh, yeah, we don't have to do point slope. Okay? We'll talk about it. These last two, on these last two, you don't have to draw the graph. You can just look at the screen and read it. I want you to write the equation that is represented by this line. And what it'll say is, write the equation that passes through these 2 points. Go ahead and write the equation that would be represented here. Yes, write it in slope-intercept form. So, how can I figure out my slope? How can I figure it out? I need slope to write my equation. Rise over run. 1, 2, 3. And what's my run? 1. So y equals 3 over 1x, or just 3x. And then how do I know my y-intercept?
What the first point is?
Where does the line cross the y-axis? -3. Please stop talking. Guys, literally, I just need you for like 2 more minutes. That's it. Okay, now I need you to write. You have 2 questions like this on your test tomorrow. Okay, write the equation that passes through these 2 points. Okay, go ahead and do that. Write the equation that passes through these 2 points. Okay, so I need 2 things to write an equation. I need the slope and I need the y-intercept. What did I tell you to find first? Which is the slope, okay? You need to find slope first, okay? So to do that, we go y2 minus y1, 4 minus 6, and x2 minus x1, 0 minus 3. -2 over -3. Negative divided by a negative? Positive. Okay? So now, did we mess up on that? Okay. Now y equals 2/3 x. That's great. Oh, do I need to do point slope?
No.
Does one of my ordered pairs tell me? Yay. The one that's paired with the x value of 0 tells me, okay, apparently that stopped. Tells me the y-intercept plus 4. Plus 4. Wait, are you sure it's plus, not minus?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's positive. All right, guys, that's everything you need to know for your test tomorrow.